Alright, hi guys, it's Zeiss, and I've been playing PoE for almost 11 hours straight, but there's this Diablo 4 season of the Infernal Hordes update. So let's see what it's about.
We've been saying this whole time that hell is coming. Now, hell is here.
Oh
Something
yeah, that's true.
Present in a Diablo title, and we wanted to make sure that for Diablo 4, returning to hell was a special moment. We referenced the endgame cinematic with Prava and Inarius taking the fight to hell at the end of the game. We really wanted to capture that experience, that sensation of battling throngs of demons in hell. In the Infernal Hordes, you're going to go into this mode, battle waves of demons, and be able to kind of change the shape of the game experience as you're playing.
Those of you who have joined us since base game and throughout the seasons will have noticed that we have this phenomenon in the world that's going on called hell tides. Some of you might have noticed that hell tides have been getting a lot worse lately.
And now hell is able to pierce the veil that's holding hell back from fully invading Sanctuary and starting to take root in Sanctuary. And we started by asking ourselves some questions. What is the state of Sanctuary right before the Vessel of Hatred happens? How has hell changed now that Mephisto isn't there anymore? What are the demons up to?
Where is Mephisto? Does he have anything to do with this? Or is this just hell rising of its own accord as the prophecy proclaimed?
And so we thought to ourselves, how can we make things even worse for the people in Sanctuary?
In this season, you'll very much get to dive into those mysteries with some unlikely allies. And
yeah, we
really
played this on the PTR. It was terrible there, so let's
in this
see.
season, we play a lot with the notion of the enemy of my enemy is my friend. How far would you go to save Sanctuary, to save your world? What price would you pay? Would you sacrifice your soul for this? You're going to meet a guy named Lochran, who at first seems sort of usual, but you're going to quickly realize that something is off, that something is a little strange with this guy.
So Lochran and Estelle are your allies, and they're going to help you return to hell. Both of them are experts in demons, and they're going to use that knowledge to help you return to hell and become more powerful to be able to battle the Infernal Hordes.
Okay.
The Infernal Hordes is a
Let's
new
see how they're
endgame
gonna
activity
help
in
though,
Diablo
or
4.
it's just lore.
It's primarily a wave-based activity. You're going to be fighting wave after wave of demon forces in hell.
So if any of you have ever played wave-based gameplay before, you'll know that things escalate.
We've got meteor strikes and all sorts of things that try to keep you on your toes.
One thing the Infernal Hordes does differently is the notion of infernal offers.
In between each wave, you'll make a choice. You'll be granted an infernal offer, and by choosing one of 3 of these offers, you're going to change the game mode in some way, a positive and a negative.
I wonder who picks
Imagine
when
from the depths of hell, these hands rise out and offer you both a boon and a bane, a kiss and a curse.
And this is a temptation that the Foul Council is making to you. And in this temptation, you're offered more power, but that power comes at a cost. And so you get to
we gotta read those carefully on hardcore, I guess.
During your infernal run, and then customize your experience from there. One of the guiding principles of this game mode is replay. It's an in-game mode that we want to make sure you're playing over and over again. So we really wanted to create a broad set of enemies for you to fight during this mode.
We've got many demons to choose from in the lexicon of Diablo's monster families, but we're also going to see some other foes you might not expect.
There are going to be certain types of enemies like goatmen who have been banished to hell that have now rallied to Mephisto and fight by his side. And even some unlucky souls that marched on hell from the Cathedral of Light have now been revived in hell and fight against you alongside the demons.
Basically, everything that hell has to throw at you, we're throwing it at you this season.
The Infernal Hordes has been built with multiplayer in mind, but multiplayer is not required. We want to make sure that solo players still have a very fun experience in the Infernal Hordes.
Yeah,
and
maybe
that said,
only
if you roll in
barbarians.
with a party, you're going to have a lot of fun.
This game mode is going to appear in the Eternal and in the Seasonal realm, and that means that once the season is over, it's here to stay.
The Infernal Hordes is unlocked at World
It's
Tier
now in the
3,
core
so
game, that's good.
Really what you need to do to access it is earn your way up to World Tier 3 and then complete an Eternal quest line that takes you back to Hell and then unlocks the Infernal Hordes. For World Tier 1 and 2 players, we've built out a seasonal progression that'll help them become more powerful in order to be able to confront the Infernal Hordes. First is you can earn reputation, and that reputation applies to a reputation track
so
that
just
earns
those
lots of really
rewards.
cool rewards that'll make you
Hope
more
they are
powerful as you
cool.
progress onto World Tier 3. The other thing we've built are micro-dungeons called Hell Breaches that offer a glimpse at the Infernal Hordes mechanics.
Okay,
and they give you a
that's
chance
new,
to
maybe.
learn the mechanics before you confront the Infernal Hordes at World Tier 3.
Okay.
The final
But
boss
how is
in
this for
season
leveling,
is
though?
the Fell Council.
And the Fell Council is some familiar faces that you might recognize from Diablo 2.
These were
Yeah.
priests of the Zakarum, holy men who were corrupted and basically became vessels of hatred. in their own
Travinko.
right.
The council members in Diablo 2 tried to help contain Mephisto in his soul stone. And of course, Mephisto being Mephisto, slowly but surely corrupted them.
Good
And
luck.
eventually they had soul stones pierced into their hands and became super powerful. But eventually you overcame them and sent them to hell. Through the course of the story, resummoned them. They've been reborn, slightly new powers, but the same animosity toward you.
What's interesting about this boss encounter is there are 5 council members, but you're only going to fight 3 of them at once.
This allows us to then create many different flavors of the boss fight for the Fell Council. In fact, it's about 10 variations in all. And so every time you go into that council fight, there's a very good chance you're going to have a different fight than the last time you played it. We think it's going to offer a lot of replay for players. What
Yep.
we also introduced
Looks
during
like.
these waves are opportunities for you to earn ether. Burning ether is the resource that you gather during the Infernal Hordes
Yeah, but
that
on
you
the
can then
PTR
spend at the
On
end
the
of the
PTR, it was
activity.
bad.
There's going to be a
You could
fixed
barely
number of
get
waves that
any.
you have to defeat, and once you've completed all those waves, then you'll face
It-
the Fell Council.
And it doesn't
defeat them,
stack
and
between
collect the
rounds.
treasure.
So, I don't know.
So upon defeating the Fell Council, the spoils of hell will spawn, and then you consume your burning ether and opening
Oh,
those chests.
the rewards
Now the trick
seem
is
to be better
when
now.
you are playing through these waves, that's your opportunity to
Cause
earn
wait,
as much
wait,
ether.
look at this. The rewards look better because on the PTR I've been fighting one run of this for like half an hour, and then I got one thing, which was crap.
Consume your burning ether and opening those chests. Now,
At
the
least
trick
it's
is
more stuff
when
inside
you are
now.
playing through these waves, that's your opportunity to earn as much ether as you can. Different events,
Wait, what?
waves, opening those chests. Now, the trick is when you are playing through these waves, that's your opportunity to earn as much ether as you can. Different events.
Yeah,
are
but
gonna
it doesn't
spawn
stack
all
between
throughout the
rounds.
waves
That's the thing.
around the periphery of the arena. And it's your job to try and defeat as many of those
Hope
events
they
as
make it
possible to try and
so it
gather up all
stacks.
the ether you can. Really skilled players are going to be able to really maximize that ether so they get the biggest payout possible at the end after defeating the Fell Council.
Yeah.
So with this burning ether, you'll be able to get.
Let me bring it back.
After defeating
Okay.
the Fell Council.
So with this burning ether, you'll be able to get new uniques. You'll be able to get new legendaries.
Yeah,
you'll be
this
able
one
to get
kinda
rare
sucks.
materials, things you might have scoured the whole of Sanctuary for in previous seasons or in the base game. But now we offer it to you here, down in the depths of hell.
A lot of these new uniques and legendaries really build on top of this idea that they've been forged in hell. And so they're going to have unique looks that you can then make into cosmetics to apply wherever you like. They
Yeah,
can
if it's a
also
battle roll.
have unique VFX and sound effects to really create the sense that they were forged in hell.
Some of them were too loud,
One particular
maybe.
one that I enjoy using a lot are boots. Boots, you say? Well, these boots not only have been forged in hell. Whenever you use a power with a cooldown, they shoot out a ring of fire that hits everyone around you. That's just one sample
More
of
like
the
a
types
sword
of powers
thing.
we're exploring.
So death in the Infernal Hordes is quite a big deal. You're returning to the realm of hatred where Mephisto was born. Like, this has to be a big deal.
In the Infernal Hordes, it's a lot like Nightmare
Has to be a
Dungeons.
big
You
deal,
only
but-
get a fixed number of revives in order to be able to get to the end of your run.
Revives.
So
It's
at
so
lower
hardcore
difficulties
here.
of the Infernal Hordes, you'll get a number of revives shared between your party. But at higher difficulty levels, the game is going to start taking away those revives, and that increases the stakes that you have.
If you die too much, you'll be ejected from the mode. In the Infernal Hordes, we created a lot of new ways for monsters to ambush the players, and so I'm pretty stoked to see how our players respond to these.
The seasonal quest line and the eternal quest line, they have lots of little surprises and twists and turns in them. And there's even some surprises we've buried deep within the Infernal Hordes that hopefully players will have a great time with.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, we don't have Death Evasion anymore, so it will be fun for sure. So that was it. Alright guys, I'm gonna see if there's an article about this because that's what they usually do. Maybe I'm gonna review it in a separate video, so stay tuned. If it's too long, I might do it after a few hours sleep because like I said, I've been playing like almost like 12 hours or something already. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Stay out. Take care.